Be advised, the opinions and views of the hosts and guests do not reflect those of the station.
Slowly, I'm blending in so you won't even know me. Apart from this world that shares my fate. This one last bullet you mentioned, it's my one last shot of redemption. Cause I know to live you must give your life away. And I've been housing all this doubt and insecurity, and I've been locked inside that house. All the while you hold the key, and I've been dying to get out. And that might be the death of me. And even though there's no way of knowing where to go, I promise I'm going, because I gotta get out of here. I'm stuck inside this rut that I fell into by mistake. I gotta get out of here, and I'm begging you, I'm begging you, I'm begging you to be my escape. Giving up, I'm doing this alone now, cause I failed and I'm ready to be shown out. You told me the way and now I'm trying to get there. This life sentence that I'm serving, I admit that I'm every bit deserving. But the beauty of grace is that it makes life not fair. Cause I've been housing all this doubt and insecurity, and I've been locked inside that house. All the while you hold the key, and I've been dying to get out. And that might be the death of me. And even though
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Philippines Uncut. I'm Buddy Kunanan. Now on this show, we talk about everything under the sun. Politics, business, food, travel, and today our topic is sports and part 2 of the state of amateur swimming in the Philippines. Now folks, we live in an archipelagic country of over 7,100 islands, and you would think that the Philippines would be excelling in amateur swimming. Unfortunately, the truth and reality is far from rosy. It's actually shocking. What is happening to Philippine sports? What is happening to Philippine swimming? How come the country has not won a single medal in the Asian Games since 1986? And even in the SEA Games, which is the games of the grouping, of the ASEAN grouping, the Association of Southeast Asian Nations, the Philippines' record is dismal and going down, down, down. Now, to help us answer these very tough questions, we have a very special guest tonight. She's a former senator, and her advocacy is one of enhancing sports, and improving the state of Philippine swimming. I'm talking about no other than the beautiful former Senator Ana Dominic Nikki Cositeng.
Good evening, and good evening to our viewers. Thank you, Buddy, for the invitation. It's a wonderful show. I saw your first few minutes of the show, and those videos are very moving. I said, I'm not easy to be in tears or anything like that, but you saw how it was. And I'll tell you, the ugly side of swimming in the Philippines, I cannot deny. I saw it with my own 2 eyes. Those video clips that you showed, it's just but a dream for most of our swimmers. I'm sorry to say, and that's the state of Philippine swimming.
Before we go into that, and this is going to be an action-packed show, we have so much to talk about. Let's talk about you. You were a senator. You were a congresswoman,
yes,
and then a senator.
In this district, right where you are.
Right, we're in the home of GNN.
3rd District of Quezon City.
The 3rd District
yes.
of Quezon City. And you were very distinguished as a congresswoman and as a senator. What are you doing now? It's been a couple of years since you bowed out of office. What is keeping you busy?
My second term in the Senate ended in 2001. And in 2006, I became CEO President of Diliman Preparatory School, a 42-year-old educational institution that was started by my mother, my late mother, Alicia M.L. Cositeng, and her friends, Irma Reyes Apelo and Felisa Generoso. So they started this school a decade or so later, Professor Ofelia Angco came in, and you know, they built the school to what it is actually today. So that is what keeps me busy. I'm a full-time school administrator, and we've also introduced very new programs in the school. So for like 4 decades, we were known as an academically excellent school. And we said, hey, there's more to life than academics. So we maintained the strength in academics, and we introduced excellence in sports, in the arts, in music, so that students who may not be, you know, all that academically excellent, but they have other excellences. So now that's what we're developing, and we're seeing excellent swimmers, basketball players, volleyball players, especially also taekwondo jins. Japoy Lizardo, for example, a bronze medalist in the last Asian Games.
Is a product of
yes,
your
Diliman
school.
Prep School, since
Wonderful.
he was a little boy.
Okay. Now,
So we said excellence in almost anything.
building a holistic individual, training a holistic in not just the 3 R's.
No,
Reading,
writing, arithmetic, technology now
Technology
is what we are
so
pushing.
RRRT. Okay.
That's the other R.
That's the other R. Now, this has been your first foray in the academic,
Yes.
in an academic institution.
Exactly.
How has the experience been so far?
I'll tell you, all my life, there were 2 things I didn't like to do. Just
Okay.
like many of us, many kids and even adults must remember that in their childhood. School and work. I'm sure we didn't like school and work very much, right? And
Guilty as
now
charged.
I work in school. And I'll tell you, I wouldn't exchange it for anything else.
Uplifting.
I've learned so much in the last 4 years, and I've learned so much from the children. And I think the best way to give the best kind of education to children is to find out what it is that brings out the best in them. It's not what your parents want, it's not what your mother wants or your father wants.
It's
No,
what you're capable of doing.
it's what
comes in,
you can
inside
become,
you.
the best of
Yes.
what you can be.
Be all that you can be.
So with the help of Cecil Manican, Dr. Cecil Manican, she shepherded us into the whole brain learning system in Diliman Prep School. It's right along Commonwealth Avenue, Quezon City. And we're now seeing the magnificent results in kids.
Excellent.
And it's wonderful. The whole brain learning system, now even the faculty members are into it, the school administrators, even non-academic personnel, even me. I had to go to the whole seminar. And it's fantastic. It's unbelievable how fast the kids learn and how happy they are.
Now, as a lawmaker, were you exposed to swimming, or or did you get exposed to it because of the Diliman Preparatory School?
I got exposed to it because Coach Manny Truellan invited our children
Okay.
to swim in a pool nearby.
Okay.
And I said, I might not be able to sell that idea to parents because they'll be moving out of the campus, and what about if something happens, etc., etc. So I said, what about we do it the other way? We build a pool, and you come and teach. He says, oh, but I can't handle that many kids. So they introduced me to Susan Papa, and originally we were looking for coaches to come and teach, and somebody told me some ridiculous thing. Hey, the PASA coaches cannot coach here. The Philippine Amateur Swimming Association coaches will never be allowed to coach here. They will never be allowed to teach your kids. I said, why? Oh, because you're not PASA members.
Now, what is the problem? Okay, let's. This is
Yeah.
going forward, but let's take the bull by the horns. Okay, what is the problem with Philippine amateur swimming?
Well,
In a nutshell.
the biggest problem of Philippine amateur swimming is it is headed by a Mr. Mark Joseph.
Okay.
So he is a problem. And since he has been the problem, long-lasting, stinging problem all these years, he cannot be part of the solution. There's just no way he can be part of the solution.
Okay. Now.
So we back this up
Okay.
by concrete evidence. This is not a destroy Mark Joseph campaign. There's only one person that has destroyed Mark Joseph, and that is Mr. Mark Joseph himself. Nobody in this world can destroy Mark Joseph except himself. And he has done that
Yes.
excellently.
Yes. Now, before we talk about that, let's explain to the viewers exactly how does the amateur swimming system work in the country. A lot of viewers, people like me as well, lay people when it comes to sports. We hear about